haven't got into the playoff series in this kind of form, and the 17-year history of the playoffs with Leeds making every single one of those playoffs. So we'll wait and see, Bill.
For successive season, the Catalan Dragons have entered the playoff series as well, so they're not novices when it comes to this phase of the competition. And Leeds, having won the Challenge Cup, still potentially on course for a double. They've won the grand final course from 5th, now 6th is their target as Kevin Sinfield leads out the Rhinos team. The Catalans team came out with young Lola McManus as their mascots, and if they're looking for an omen, well, Lola was the mascot. They won for the first time ever wearing their black change kit at Hull, I think it was, so they regard Lola as a bit of a lucky omen. Phil Bentham is the referee today. And are we going to get as full-blooded confrontation as we've just seen from the Hallowell Jones Stadium, with Warrington just shading it against the gallant Widner's Vikings? Let's hope so. Something of the playoff reputation restored with that game in Cheshire, and let's hope it can continue here in West Yorkshire. The Catalan Dragons have won in West Yorkshire this season at Bradford by the skin of the teeth. They're looking to do so again here against potentially a vulnerable Leeds Rhinos side, but this is a Leeds team that knows all about getting up at this stage of the season.
There's an air of confidence about the Rhinos, and whether the form hasn't been good in the league, you look at what they've done this year in the knockout competition. They got to the Challenge Cup, they lifted the trophy, and they know all about what it takes to get to the grand final, and not only get there but be successful. They are a very good side, and the conditions as well, Bill. Let's talk about the conditions, because normally when you get to the grand final it's slippy. Well, it's been raining this afternoon in Leeds, so that will suit the kicking game of Kevin Sinfield.
Catalan have got a pretty good kicking game as well, with Sam Williams, who is leaving the Dragons after a brief stint. There he is, Williams, returning to the NRL. And there's his first kick, and just making Hardacre scamper. It is a good kick from Williams.
That's great work, isn't it, from the Dragons, and an outstanding first set. It was pretty conservative. They just looked for yardage, and then Williams came in at the very end, the last play of the set, and put an excellent kick deep into the Leeds Rhinos half, and that's exactly what the Dragons wanted. They wanted some territory, and now they can front up with an aggressive defensive set.
Well, because their away form hasn't been that good this season, it's so important that they start well in this game. I know that coaches will talk about the start, and you've got to make sure you go out there and pressure the opposition. It is so important that Catalan force some points early and come up with some decent plays, the little 1% efforts that will hurt the opposition.
It's Tom Briscoe, his first touch of the ball for the Rhinos. He got 7 tries in 6 playoff games for the Hull FC in his career there. First penalty of the game goes in favour of the Rhinos.
Well, I think it was Olivier Elamet, Jamie Peacock driving the ball out. You can see Elamet, he strips that ball. There's 2 men in the tackle, Thomas Boss being the other Catalan player. Cheap yardage for the Leeds Rhinos.
Catalan really can't afford to lapse into some of the indiscipline we've seen from them this season. Here is Carl Ablett, one of 5 Leeds players named in that dream team, named earlier this week. Delaney, Maguire, such experience in this. As Briscoe plays the ball. Watkins, good strong run from him, made some progress for the Rhinos. Burrow, scampering across the field, Rob Burrow, then flings the long pass to Ryan Hall. Hall, 3 of them to stop the winger. Now here's Carl Ablett. Whitehead and Bosk with the tackle. Now Maguire on the last, hoists the kick deep. Escaré is underneath it. Really interesting confrontation out on this pitch between Zach Hardacre, dream team fullback, and this guy Morgan Escaré, many people's pick for dream team fullback. Escaré's had a wow of a season, but missed out on Young Player of the Year last year, missed out on the dream team.
Scored 27 tries in a phenomenal talent. And then we look at the way Leeds have opened up and started in the opening 10 minutes of this game. They don't look like a side that have lost the last 5 games. They're throwing the ball around, the chance in their arm, and they look like they play with an awful lot of confidence.
And John Key has spotted it. 8 tackles so far by Thomas Bosch. So they're going to make him work, they're going to take some energy out of him. They're very clear in their instruction, and whatever it takes today, I'm sure the Rhinos will step up and do it.
I think Williams was looking for a 40-20 there, not a bad effort. Didn't have the legs though, and Hardacre it was who returned it for the Rhinos. Here's Callum Watkins now.
Hold here. Goal 3.
And Rob Burrow, Jamie Peacock, and interesting week ahead for Jamie Peacock. It's the launch of his testimonial calendar next week. Apparently it has a Hollywood theme as Peacock plays the ball. I haven't been told much more than that. Hollywood theme and the usual array of players on show.
I wonder who JP's going to be dressed as. Marilyn Monroe?
Oh, and Oldfield took it at the second attempt. He's under a bit of pressure, but manages to resist the advance of the Rhinos. Here's Pomeroy now. Pomeroy, it's a penalty first of the game for the Catalan Dragons, I think, or second potentially.
Sorry, Bill, stripped it. Catalan defused that bomb under an awful lot of pressure. And Ben Pomeroy gets out, and it's Carl Ablett. Just a little tug of the ball with his left hand. Gets underneath the ball, strips it back. Well, good start from both sides.
First penalty of the game it is for the Catalan Dragons, and that ball steal.
Okay, Joe,
I'd be a little upset, I must admit, if I'd have been a Rhinos player at that, because there is responsibility when you carry the ball into a collision to look after it, and it was very, very loose in my opinion.
There's Louis Anderson really taken to this prop forward role that Laurent Frasineau has given him in the closing weeks of the season. His 4th game in that position, 4th game of his career, apparently. Here is Escaré, ducks under the first. Peacock with the tackle. Henderson, Williams, Muniz, Anderson now. 4 tackles gone for the Catalan Dragons, this set of 6 as Seb Tyre. Then the kick from Vincent Deport, not a good one. Hardacre will look to run it back.
Oh, he had a difficult job, Billy had to catch it and kick it all in the same motion and try to get it in that small space behind the play of the ball. Hardacre gives the Rhinos a good foothold, but it's been a good opening 13.5 minutes. Both sides, neither one of them wanting to give any ground. They're hitting hard, running hard, and the skill will be on show in this second quarter, I'm sure about that.
Yeah, they're playing playoff football, aren't they, Barry? It really is. They're both teams looking to complete the sets, both teams looking for field position and to force the opposition into errors.
Outside.
Maguire, deep kick, and it's going to sit up. That's not going to run dead, and it's a good chase from the Rhinos as well. And Oldfield, well, he looked over his shoulder and he was aware of the chase. There was no option. Great kick from Maguire.
Excellent kick. The backspin on the ball. You can see that as soon as Danny Maguire kicks this, the players to the left-hand side, I think it's Joel Moon and Ryan Hall, they're chasing very hard. Perfect weight on this kick, and Michael Oldfield, well, not taking any chances. He knows that the pressure's there from the Rhinos.
Danny Maguire will be a happy boy today. His Leeds United side winning just down the road at Ellen Road, 3-0 against Huddersfield Town. So not a good weekend for the town of Huddersfield in actual fact.
Yeah.
Really buying a bit of time out of the Dragons. Gregory Moon is having a drink and a little bit of treatment and just getting some oxygen back into the lungs before Thomas Bosch restarts.
Had a rest last weekend, Gregory Muniz. Jason Batteri missing out for this one. Here is Peacock now. Leeds Rhinos Player of the Year for the 3rd time. Peacock.
Sorry, Bill, that's a good carry. Leeds from the front, as does this man. As soon as one of those prop forwards takes the ball forward, you'll see the other one come on straight on the back of that.
Jamie Jones-Buchanan, the 2 number 11s going toe-to-toe there. Jones-Buchanan, Zeb Tyre. Sinfield, Sinfield,
that was a light shot
there from Louis Anderson. play continues. The ball on the ground. Referee Phil Bentham says it's a knock-on. Sinfield is back on his knees.
It's got to go. I think
Touch
the touch
judge is on.
Yep.
Clint Sharrod is on, the touch judge from that far side.
Late challenge by Louis Anderson on the pass, after the pass.
I thought he could have pulled out.
Yeah, he could have pulled out, yeah.
Warren.
Phil Bentham is taking some advice from his touch judge. Kevin Sinfield is okay, physio's been on, but I think it's going to be another penalty
Yeah,
in favour of the Leeds Rhinos.
Good ball players when they go at the line. They don't put pressure on themselves, but the opposition, they want to get into them. They want to make them play early. They get off the line and they try to force them into a mistake. And you can see here, Kevin Sinfield at the line and Louis Anderson, well, that is definitely a late challenge.
I think they expect contact, but they don't expect to be hit from behind when they're not watching.
Fourth penalty to the Rhinos. And you sense that at some point they are going to score. They are now through Carl Ablett. That just had to happen. Catalan could not carry on conceding penalties at that rate. Fourth of the game already. Louis Anderson's late shot and Sinfield, and Carl Ablett cruising through really there for his 9th try of the season. He got a try in Perpignan in February in the big win. He's got the first of this one.
Well, if you're willing to give a penalty away near your try line, you must defend that next set of 6. And that's the correct decision. The ball goes one side, it comes the other, and just have a little look at the angle of the run. He comes back against the grain, Carl Ablett. He hits the line perfect. Straight, hard, aggressive, hits it at speed. And there's a couple of Catalan players clutching him, and Carl Ablett runs onto the ball. This close to the line, there's not many players in Super League that's going to stop him. Good start from the Rhinos.
Yeah, tremendous work, wasn't it, from Ablett there. The timing of his run, Terry, and also the angle of his run was absolutely first class. But the Dragons, really, they've just gifted them that. You cannot just give Leeds possession after possession after possession in your own 20 metres.
The indiscipline that they've demonstrated this season has been one of their failings. I mean, we saw this as the conversion inevitably is successful from Kevin Sinfield. I think it was the Wigan game when they had a couple of players disciplined, and it could have been worse. And Laurent Fraser will be hoping that he's not going to get a repeat of that sort of craziness in this one, but it's 4 penalties already.
And it was a set play, wasn't it? A switch round the back there, and again it was at Thomas Box. It was the inside shoulder of Thomas Box that Carl Ablett picked out, and it was just too strong for the challenge.
When Catalan are in control in games, they don't give penalties away. Last week against Castleford, it was a very disciplined performance, especially in the first half. In the second half, it started to get a bit tasty, and both sides started to lose the marbles a bit. But Catalan only give penalties away when they're under pressure, and I think that Leeds are pressuring them in this opening 17 minutes.
This man can do that, Kylie Luluwai. Still going strong, 36 years of age, and has got another 1-year deal.
And he's got another year in him, Bill. He's been tremendous, as we quite rightly applaud Jamie Peacock, the warrior that he is. But he gets overshadowed, Kylie Luluwai. They're like tractor and trailer, where one goes, the other follows, as Tez rightly says. But the toughness that they run and carry and hit and tackle and keep going up is the platform that these fancy Dans and the try scorers for Leeds Rhinos play off as they drop the ball.
Another Leeds knock-on. Same territory that Danny Maguire put the ball down not so long ago.
It was decent kick pressure though, wasn't it, from Marker there, but in all honesty, you've got to look at that as a soft header really from Kevin Sinfield. He had time there to take the lace out of the ball before he kicked it, but
there's no laces in the ball anymore, John.
Oh my word, is that right? They've moved on?
No, they're not even leather anymore.
Wow. As it was on the last tackle, so it'll be the turnover, and here's Louis Anderson. He'll be rueing that late tackle on Kevin Sinfield that really cost his side the first points of the game. Olivier Ellimer. Referee Phil Bentham just had a word with Ollie Ellimer as that last incident unfurled. I don't know what that was about. Here is Zebtea. He needs some support. He's taken on Hardacre, and nobody could get there in time. Not even Morgan Escaray, who's normally buzzing around there. But the Leeds defence exposed there.
That's the difference between Hardacre and many of his contemporaries. Defensively, comes up with the right play more often than not.
Elmer gets the pass away. Here's Muniz now. Muniz does get the ball away to Zebtea, and Leeds sluggish at getting back into the defensive line. Then the kick, not a good one, and that is probably a disappointing end to that potentially very good position for the Catalan Dragons.
Well, just too much weight on this kick here, but what about that for the ball? Straight at Kevin Sinfield, 2 attackers at 1 defender. You've got to make a choice, and Zebtea, he has been in outstanding form this season for Catalan. Whether he's played in the centre, or he's played in the back row, or at prop forward, he mixes it wherever he plays.
That'll be encouragement for the Catalan Dragons. He's found a chink of hope in the Leeds Rhinos defence there.
It's about keeping your composure, Bill. When you're in moments where the opposition has momentum, you make sure you keep your concentration. That's a good hit. 2 tough men going head-to-head on that occasion, but if you can come up with points when you've got pressure, if you can stop your opposition scoring points, then that's the balance of the game. That's the seesaw of the game.
McDermott looking a bit apprehensive there, despite the fact his side lead by 6 points to 0. As that high kick is gathered pretty comfortably by Michael Oldfield. And he's tackled just inside his own 20. Whitehead. Here is Daryl Millard. Millard finds Sam Williams, and Williams finds some space. Now Escaré is there, but Williams couldn't get the pass to him. Briscoe was covering back well as well for the Rhinos. Here's Henderson now. Zebtea. Leeds have regrouped, but again the Rhinos' defence just caught napping there by Williams. Here is Elmer. That ball's gone backwards, says the referee. Here is Whitehead now. Whitehead wrong foots Maguire. Maguire clings on and helps to bring him down. Joel Moon coming to the rescue as well. Here is Jeff Lima just on the pitch. Has lost that ball. Leeds have got it back. First touch from Lima, and he's squandered possession.
Well, 2 line breaks, have you said, from Catalan. They've certainly come here with a game plan of passing the ball, getting on the edge of Leeds Rhinos. That was good contact. And whilst Lima was turning around trying to find a teammate in support, it was a messy pass, and Leeds picked the ball up.
Yeah, a bit of a contrast in the 2 interchanges. Well, Mitch Church comes on, makes a try-saving tackle. That's his first contribution. Lima comes on, and his first one's an error.
Here is Church now. Off the bench. Hoping for a big end to the season, Mitch Church. He missed out on Leeds' Wembley success. Rob Burrow, Jamie Jones-Buchanan now. That's the 5th tackle. Midway in the Catalan half as Maguire kicks across field. No great depth on the kick, and Ryan Hall underneath it. Ben Pomeroy all around Ryan Hall. He's got the pass away. How did he manage that? Maguire keeps it alive. Hardacre, he keeps it alive. Delaney will kick across field. But that's going to be comfortable for Millard in the end. Maybe could have kept it alive. Millard running it back to the Catalan Dragons. How did Ryan Hall get that pass?
How strong is Ryan Hall? That was like a UFC battle, that, and the ball was the prize, offloaded over his head. Look at this.
Could have gone anywhere, mind you.
Don't spoil it, Bill.
Oldfield now. There is Ryan Hall. Such a strong player. Jeff Lima. This time he's kept a hold of the ball. Scottish international Andrew Henderson now off the bench. A real busy player. Benjamin Garcia. Just 21 years of age, Garcia, but has impressed in these closing weeks of the season. That kick is comfortable for Hall. And it's a good return from Ryan Hall as well. You'd thought Pomeroy and Oldfield would have dealt with him.
He's so strong, he's like a prop forward, but he's got the speed of a racehorse. Ryan Hall is absolutely world class.
Go on.
Briscoe now, and Briscoe's just managed to get that pass out. They've kept it alive. Here's Carl Ablett. Skipping back in field, Ablett.
I want you to carry on with that. Speed of a racehorse.
Burrow, here is Bailey. Sinfield, Zach Hardacre, Watkins. Watkins looking to get Briscoe away. Instead finds the touchline. just that's the sort of thing that has not been going right for Leeds in these last few weeks of the season.
Well, it engaged the last defender. I think it's Daryl Millard. But the pass to Tom Briscoe, the no-look pass, it wasn't on. If the pass goes to hand, well, it's an excellent play. Zach Hardaker, first of all, stands up Sam Williams, which creates the space on the edge. And just have a little look here. Sam Williams earlier on. Morgan Escarate, could he have given that ball earlier, or would have Tom Briscoe cut that play down?
Sam Williams on his way back to the NRL. Todd Carney, by all accounts, on his way to Super League if he gets the OK for the deal that Catalan have struck with him from the Rugby Football League. Here's Escarate now. Ablett stood and looked at him and said, come on then. And Escarate goes to ground. Henderson, well, Henderson looks and wonders which way to go. And then is wrapped up by three Rhinos defenders.
Well, that just comes down to communication. Either side of the ruck, who wants the ball? Ian Henderson getting caught in two minds, and that's what you've got to do. If you come up with a mistake like that and you come up with a slow play of the ball, the next play must be direct.
A gasp from the south stand, and that's a great pass. Finds Muniz, Muniz finds Williams, and Williams will get the try for the Catalan Dragons. Greg Muniz back in the Catalan side, making the break. And Laurent Fraser, delighted with the response from his side. Sam Williams is taking a bit of time to get going in terms of try scoring. Broke his duck with 2 at Hull KR a couple of weeks ago, and now he gets the Catalan Dragons' first try of this game.
Well, the Dragons and their philosophy in this match has been to pass. They've passed on every opportunity. Garcia puts Muniz through a gaping hole, and Sam Williams can't believe his luck. To the gasps and the silence there at Headingley. We were looking at Garcia as we were walking to the gantry. He's only a small, petite player, maybe 5'8", 5'9", but he runs hard, and I think on that occasion, what's happened is he's run to the line, he's looked in the eyes of the Leeds defenders, he's Medusa'd them, because as they looked in his eyes, they've all turned to stone and stopped, and that pass was a beauty.
Yeah, but they've been Medusa'd of the Rhinos' defence, but it was a tremendous pass. I think there may well have been a numbering off issue there by the Rhinos, but also I think Jamie Jones-Buchanan, he looked for the man round the back, but Garcia played the shorter pass to the lead runner, and that was where the hole was. And you almost expected Escarate, didn't you, to be on the shoulder, but it was Williams that time, and a very, very good try that I'm sure is concerning Coach McDermott.
Thomas Busk then looking to level the scores here at Headingley with his first conversion attempt. He's kicked 68 so far this season, and he's landed another one, and 6 points apiece. We thought we were in for a tight game. It's looking as though it might shape up that way here at Headingley.
Well, this is exactly what they need. Sam Williams scores the try, but just have a little look again at the angle of the run from Gregory Muniz. When he breaks free, I think the numbers were okay. It's the angle of the run from Gregory Muniz, who cuts back. When he cuts back and hits that line there, Jamie Jones-Buchanan is left in no man's land because he thought he was going on the outside, and then comes up with the pass to Williams. Good play, Catalan.
So Leeds, well, they knew they'd got a battle on their hands after the last time Catalan came here, and were very, very close to a win. Here is Benjamin Garcia, former Avignon player. Garcia.
Goal 3.
Lima. Challenge Cup winner with Wigan Warriors against Leeds when he won the Lance Todd Trophy. Henderson.
5, release, Brett! Goal 5.
Pelissier is on to add his buzzing style of play to this Catalan effort. That's not the best kick. Briscoe able to gather it and return it a few yards for the Rhinos.
Bella was talking about momentum. Leeds had all the momentum in that first 20-25 minutes. As we see a mistake.
I think he's got a penalty, yeah.
Penalised again.
Tom Briscoe, well, has the ball stripped, no doubt about that. But the point I was making about momentum, the momentum was, until that point, starting to swing towards the Catalan Dragons. When you're in those phases of momentum, how important is it, John, to come up with points?
It's very important, and obviously the Dragons have done that. It's level on the scoreboard, and it really is, you know, this knockout phase of the playoffs, it really has brought something to the party. Earlier with the game this afternoon, and then this is equally as competitive.
Fifth penalty the Dragons have conceded inside half an hour in this game. It's an elimination playoff match. End of the season for the losers, a trip to Huddersfield, and potential to stay alive for the winners as Sinfield puts the kick in. Watkins will chase, it's a good kick, and Millard has to concede another goal line dropout.
I'm not so sure whether the Leeds players were expecting this kick. It was a clever and intelligent kick, but you can see Callum Watkins and Tom Briscoe, they were far too deep. They were expecting the ball to come out to the right edge. As you can see, that a perfect kick, perfect position, but the players just weren't there.
But I think it's about reaction as well, to be fair, Tez. The opportunity was seen. Kevin Sinfield, everybody who plays in blue and amber is aware of how intelligent Kevin Sinfield is with his boot. He puts it on the end, and Jamie Jones-Buchanan, who's had a good week, won the Clubman of the Year at the awards dinner on Monday night, does his job and chases, and Leeds are starting to build some pressure.
Catalan Dragons with the second goal line dropout. They've restarted from underneath their posts, and Briscoe running it back strongly. Here is Bailey straight up the middle of the field, but he is dumped to the ground on his back.
Hold, boys, hold.
Jeff Lima in to make the tackle, and Garcia. Here is Jamie Jones-Buchanan looking to just go straight through, but the Dragons stand firm. 3 tackles gone. They go down the short side, and Burrow buzzing. Trying to duck under. Zebtea makes the tackle.
Okay, it's quick.
Here is Peacock, just had to stretch behind to grasp that ball. Sinfield now gives it some width. Hardacre comes up. Pomeroy comes up to close him down, misses him. But eventually they do manage to stop his progress. 5th tackle. Hall down the short side. Here is Ablett, and Ablett can't get the pass away. Good defensive work from the Catalan Dragons.
Very good defence from Catalan.
It was nearly good defence by the cameraman as well. He might get a tackle on his tackle count for that.
Well, they pushed from one side, they pushed to another. They know that.
Well done,
Well, it was
Joe.
Joe.
Go on, Joe.
I think Joe would have missed that one, to be fair. They push from one side to the other. They know how strong Carl Ablett is, so they get numbers there. There's some good signs from both of these sides. They've turned up with the right attitude to play. It's not just simple one-up carries. They're looking to shift the ball. Here you go, Joe. No, he's got Joe. No, he jumps out the way. He jumps out the way.
Using the Terry O'Connor technique.
Zebtea. Escaré now. Escaré looking all the time, Morgan Escaré.
Back up.
4-year deal just wrapped up with the Catalan Dragons. They'll be delighted to keep a hold of their fullback.
Move, Ryan. Go for.
Pelissier. Williams.
Okay, lads.
Drills the kick downfield, turning Ryan Hall around.
It was an early kick, that, Bill. There's nothing wrong with that in the playoffs as you're trying to build pressure. Kick on the 4th tackle.
Go, play on. Steps to the side.
Just give Leeds a difficult job. Come away from your own line. That's where they're good. And we talk about Morgan Escaré, Oldfield and Millard and the threat that they've got at scoring tries. But it's the work of Hardacre, Briscoe and Hall in that first third that separates them.
Watkins got the pass away to Burrow. Burrow couldn't make any progress.
Hold.
Vincent Dupont with the tackle. Now here goes Paul Ayton. He's off the bench. He'll inject, well, if they needed anything, injecting into their speed, the Leeds Rhinos. Paul Ayton will certainly do that. Here is Jamie Peacock. Maguire almost wrong-footing Thomas Bosk. Bosk with a good tackle. Ablett claiming he was taken out. He's on the ground. In fact, there's a knock-on. Maguire, I think it was. He's claiming there's a steal. Claim and counter-claim. And Phil Bentham sticking to his decision.
Well, Danny Maguire, well, he thinks that there's interference here from Thomas Bosk as he's trying to get up. Player the ball, loses it.
Nah.
That's the correct decision.
Okay, boys.
Correct decision, but Isn't that a dangerous sign? You've got Rob Burrow on, you've got Paul Ayton on, you've got Danny Maguire, Kevin Sinfield, Zach Hardacre. You've got to make sure that you concentrate in defence. There's no switch-off time, John, is there?
There isn't. It's interesting as well, as you pointed out, there's Rob Burrow on at the same time as Paul Ayton, but also on the Dragons side, countering that, there's Ian Henderson on, along with Eloi Pelissier. So a battle of the dummy halves, perhaps.
There is Pelissier, and there is Henderson, and there is Elliot Whitehead, and Whitehead gets the pass away to Pomeroy, losing his grip just on this soft pitch. Pelissier. Ablett with a strong tackle. Pelissier was looking for an offload.
Move! Go first.
Henderson, Garcia, Williams, the pass to nobody, but it's still going to reach Millard. And Millard having to retreat and gather the ball, then come across the field, the Fijian international. Can't make any progress.
Nowhere to go. That was one of those preempted plays where it was just shifting the ball out wide, and there was nothing really going to come of that.
Henderson thrown to the ground by Jamie Peacock.
Go 5.
And Escaré will put the kick in. Deep, high, into the hands of Ryan Hall.
That's an aspect of Morgan Escaré's game that's really starting to develop now. He's got a lovely left foot kick. He kicks it high, kicks it long. And as he gets older and better at that, it'll only improve.
Second, release Elliot!
I don't know about the idea to kick it to Ryan Hall, though, in acres of space.
The flight of it was good, though, John. That's what I was saying. The technique of it was good.
Ablett for the Leeds Rhinos. Just 6 minutes left of this first half. 6 points apiece here at Headingley Carnegie. Can Leeds get their noses in front before the half-time hooter sounds? Jamie Jones-Buchanan from the short pass from Kevin Sinfield. Fifth tackle. Burrow. Sinfield hoists it. Oh, and Dupont was in low there. Upended Sinfield. Nothing wrong with it. Touch judge thinks there was. He's on again.
Yeah, well, the touch judge is on. The referee, Phil Benford, was saying there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Do you know, they've obviously...
Tackle both legs in the air.
Yeah. Penalty will be where that ball came down. Bang in front of the posts.
It's pretty standard in Super League that you don't give Kevin Sinfield time and space to kick the ball, but you've got to be smart how you do that. Ian Henderson knocks the ball out. That could be a sin bin.
I've seen players sin bin for that.
Let's have a look at the challenge. Oh, they're nasty then. They're nasty.
That doesn't look good, that.
In his defence, he's got his head down, but they're still nasty then.
Sinfield is still getting attention. There is Vincent Dupont. Well, we've seen his positive contribution for the Catalan Dragons in recent weeks. He's been very impressive with his attacking game, but defensively that was not good.
Is it 10 minutes, Bill?
Both feet are off the ground, you've got to take care of it.
A late challenge on the kick and a pretty blatant one. It's on report.
So if Catalan do get through this one, then Vincent Dupont might not feature in their next playoff game. A little Gallic shrug from the centre.
And you know, Kevin Sinfield won't change his game. He's hit late here, but then you watch him in 5 minutes, he'll still come up with the same play. He's that brave. He's an inspirational leader. He's a credit to Leeds Rhinos.
Well, Zach Hardacre is lining up this penalty. They'll take the 2 points just before half-time. Sinfield is back on his feet, having had treatment. And Zach Hardacre, who's kicked 13 goals so far this season for the Rhinos, thumps that one out of the ground, up towards Headingley Village, and Leeds lead by 8 points to 6.
In the build-up to big games, you will get coaches that will talk about just making sure you put pressure on the opposite. They'll pick out a player, and Kevin Sinfield's the man who's been picked out.
All right, which way is that then?
That's Beckett's part, that. Headingley Village is somewhere off to the right, but I won't pick you up, Bill. I think we've got away with it. Only me and you know.
Of course, all these sides aiming for a grand final place. Widner's Vikings, unfortunately for them, can chalk that off this season. There you go, there's the hotline, there's the website address, and there's the destination and the date and the time. Everything you need to know for the Super League Grand Final coming up next month. So Catalan's indiscipline again could be costly for them today. Well, it has been costly. The try they've conceded came via one of the penalties they conceded. The 2 points there from Zach Hardacre. And the kick from Burrow is a good one.
But just took a bad bounce, didn't it? I think it was outside the 40 anyway. But not a bad ploy, slow the game down.
Has he changed his name to Jarrow?
I don't think so.
Jarrow Vikings player, perhaps.
I'm sure they'd give him a game. Up in the northeast, got some good mates up at Jarrow.
Did well in the Harry Jepson Trophy, I think, the Jarrow Vikings.
Looking forward to going up to Newcastle for the Magic Weekend, of course. Next year should be brilliant.
8-6 the scoreline here at Headingley Carnegie in favour of the Leeds Rhinos. Here is Jeff Lima, and Lima tackled by Ryan Bailey and Jamie Peacock. Bosk outside, he's inside his 40, he's gone for a 40-20, and Hardacre racing to get back, just manages to head off the danger.
Well, it was the speed from Zach Hardacre that prevented that 40-20. Catalan kicking on the third tackle, excellent kick. But what about the play from Zach Hardacre?
I think this is a big plus part of Hardacre. His work off the ball. There's a lot of work gone into that off the ball. Great urgency, and then no little skill just to pat the ball up and make sure he diffuses the situation.
You're right, John. He bought himself a bit of time because of his urgency to get there first. Then he could decide whether he was going to pat it, kick it. And it's a good phase for Leeds, this. Is that Thomas Bosch on the floor?
Oh, Peacock's put that ball down. And then Thomas Bosch, I think, getting a late hit, perhaps.
Yeah, it looks like he's struggling. Thomas, Jamie Peacock, you don't see many mistakes from the old Warrior. Even the best players make them. Well, he just gets his head in the wrong place.
Well, that's the 20th tackle. That's the 20th tackle Thomas Bosch has made.
He'll be sick of seeing Carl Ablett, I'll tell you, by the end of this game. He really will.
Yeah, I think that might get changed. I talked on Friday night in the warm-up show about the battle between Zeb Taylor and Carl Ablett. They're on different sides today. I think he needs a minder over here on this side. He needs some big blow.
Well, he's got one with Elliot Whitehead, hasn't he?
Yes. He's not doing a right good job. He's on the floor.
Well, that's the danger, isn't it? If you go into contact, you put your head down, and then obviously he's hit the hip of Carl Ablett.
It's 2 minutes 3 seconds there.
Bosk is back on his feet. Laurent Frasinou on the sidelines, and Jerome Guisset concerned about his fitness, but just a couple of minutes of this first half to go. They'll get him back in the dressing room, have a good check, and he just has a word with Phil Bendham. Nothing untoward there. He got it all wrong.
Out.
Pelissier slings the pass out to Williams. Now here's Escaré. Escaré, oh well, the ball slipped out of his grasp there. Then it's hacked ahead by Watkins, and Watkins will chase. Dupont won't get there. Watkins will. And a dreadful tangle the Catalan Dragons got into there. And ultimately, Watkins, I think, will claim the try. Vincent Dupont didn't put enough welly into it, and Watkins coolly touched down, but how did it get there?
Well, Morgan Escaré, well, he's caught in two minds. He goes at the line. He meant to dummy, he didn't mean to pass that ball, and just have a little look at the speed, the footwork from Callum Watkins. He gets on the outside, he kicks it, and then he comes up with another little kick. There's no problem with this. He uses speed to get on the outside of Darryl Millard. He's still got to contest with Vincent Dupont. This is a brilliant try. Brilliant try, brilliant composure. Callum Watkins scored a try for Leeds Rhinos here.
Well, it was a try out of nothing for the Leeds Rhinos there. Great opportunism from Callum Watkins to get his 13th try of this Super League season. And Morgan Escray, I think the ball just squirted out of his hands as he went to find his winger. Anguish on the face of the Catalan full-back. Delight for Callum Watkins and the Leeds Rhinos right in the closing minutes of this first half.
Well, we've seen him score some magical tries and he sets them up as well, but just have a little look. As soon as that mistake, the kick from Briscoe, and then have a look at the acceleration to get around the Catalan players and to still be focused on catching this ball and putting it over the try line. Excellent play.
It's absolutely magnificent, isn't it? And there's no little skill, Terry, as well. There's great weight on that kick there that's on the fly, and another little hack forward, but then to collect that ball at full speed and ground it legally, that's some skill. That's a great opportunist try by Watkins.
I like the little wrong-footed chip ahead from Tom Briscoe as well.
Sort of back-heeled it, didn't he?
Very neat. Don't get that sort of skill down at Ellen Road. Successful conversion from Kevin Sinfield. The hooter sounds, and Leeds, from having a narrow 8-6 advantage with the clock counting down, courtesy of Callum Watkins and Kevin Sinfield, find themselves by 14 points to 6 ahead against a Catalan Dragons side, and Morgan Escray there among them, who'll be kicking themselves because they have contributed to their own downfall in the large part of the enthralling first 40 minutes of this playoff tie here at Headingley.
Yes, 14-6 to the Leeds Rhinos at half-time. Very tight during the course of that first half, but just towards the half-time siren, Leeds taking a little bit of a stranglehold on matters. The Callum Watkins try, well, that could really be the killer for the Catalan Dragons. But we'll see. Second half to come and the half-time report on the way.
The Gladiators are entering the arena.
The Singapore Grand Prix weekend on Sky Sports F1.
The Currys PC World Autumn Sale is now on. This 8-kilo Bosch washing machine with Vario Perfect technology for energy-efficient or quick washes is just $319. These WD 1TB hard drives with a free case are just £49, or these 2TB ones are just £79. This stylish Toshiba satellite laptop with 750 gig of storage for your documents and downloads is just $299, save £70. We'll find the one that's right for you. Currys PC World.
Confused.com want you to deliver £1 million to some lucky person. That's right, £1 million. So go find the winner.
£1 million? Wow!
Yes, the £1 million mega draw is here. Win £1 million or a weekly prize of £10,000. For your chance to enter, buy your car, home, life or travel insurance through Confused.com.
Scrimper-dooba-dooba-doo-wah, ba-ba-ba-boom. Now, every scrimper's different, I confess. But saving every penny feels the best. Don't throw away your wages, clothes should last for ages. It's great being savvier than the rest. Give it a scrub. If you're looking for a pay monthly contract, Pinpoint compares the widest range of networks on the high street. Carphone Warehouse, we compare, you save.
Vicky Harris, you're our kind of person. You're the photographer that everyone wants to say cheese for.
Here we go.
You prize even the most camera shy out of their shell and boldly go where others fear to tread. If anyone's giving extra, it's you, Vicky. And at the Halifax, we think people who give extra should get extra back from their bank. Like a £100 reward for switching your current account to us. Vicky, now who's smiling?
With Swinton, you get £50 for switching your car insurance. Talk to Swinton Insurance now. We'll search a panel of specially selected insurers and give you £50 as a welcome when you switch. Call 0800 9 886666 and see if we could save you money on your car insurance. Talk to Swinton on 0800 9 886666 in a high street branch or visit our website.
If you want to change your mind, then change it. If you want to clash, then clash. If you want to hang out with all your friends. If you want to upgrade. If you want to vanish into thin air. Or make snow angels indoors, then please do. Don't buy into someone else's idea of a lifestyle. Create your own. Heart of house. Make it yours.
I'm done. This ends right now.
Oh, that's not the end of the story.
Everything was a lie! My life was a lie!
Reddington, he's not who you think he is.
I'm a criminal. Criminals are notorious liars.
She deserves the truth.
Now it begins.
The Blacklist. New series starts Friday, 3rd of October on Sky Living HD. Series 1 on demand now.
The gladiators are entering the arena.
Another big day coming up at Headingley on the 5th of October. It's the finals day in the Championship. The Kingston Press Championships Grand Finals Day on Sky Sports 1, on Sky Sports 3 and Sky Sports 1, though, that day for the two matches. Championship 1 first and Championship 2nd. We're thinking about the First Utility Super League Grand Final here, though. And Leeds, well, they lead at half-time by 14 points to 6 against the Catalan Dragons. The Catalan Dragons, they have got an awful record at Headingley, looking to break their 8-year hoodoo and make progress towards Old Trafford this evening. But Leeds, they've nosed in front. They haven't won a Super League fixture since the 25th of July when they won 22-18 at Salford. No side has had a worse run of form coming into these playoffs since they were reduced in 1998. Catalan were very much in the hunt all the way through that first half. As I say, not one here at Headingley in 8 years. And the fact that they've conceded that try late in the first half has made it a little bit of a mountain for them to climb. Okay, watching the events at Headingley, we've got Brian Carney and John Wells.
Thanks very much, Eddie. We're going to touch on the events at Headingley shortly. Just give you an injury update from here at the Halliwell Jones Stadium on Matty Russell. People would have seen him carried off in the game, taken to Aintree Hospital, suspected broken jaw, broken his nose and has lost some of his teeth in that incident involving McGrath Lulo. I'm sure we'll hear plenty more of that. We're going to have a look now at the 3 tries that came at Headingley. The first of those went to Carl Ablett and the Leeds Rhinos after Louis Anderson, I should say, the younger brother, gave away a needless penalty very close to the line. Leeds punished them.
Yeah, a late shove on Kevin Sinfield, wasn't it, that set up the position for the first try. What I like about this, it's switching the focus to the side of the ruck after they play the ball. It's something Leeds do better than most. So at the start of the play, it looks, to all intents and purposes, like Kevin Sinfield is taking it to have a shot out here, somewhere here. What that does immediately for any of these defenders here who've numbered up and looked at the threat that was out here and where those starting positions were and how they were going to defend, how they get on an inside shoulder, for example.
They're upset now.
All that's gone. Yeah, all that's gone. Their focus is redirected here. So the switch back to the other side of the ruck, the focus now on this side of the ruck, and then straight into the play. Now, you bear that in mind. I think Elliot Whitehead, who is this man here, does very well. Thomas Boss doesn't, which is how the try gets scored. And ultimately, the reason he doesn't is because the presence of Zach Hardacre. Now, it's Carl Ablett's line that's eventually going to go straight through and score. But keep your eyes on Thomas Bosk and what he's doing in relation to Zach Hardacre, because I think he's missed the man he should be taking. I mean, really, at that point, you're so close to Carl Ablett, you've just got to jump in. You've got to jump in and then rely on Ben Pomeroy on the outside to clean up Zach Hardacre if he was to get the ball. So I think well-structured play from Leeds. It's something they do very often. Poor read by the Catalan Dragons.
Yeah, great line from Carl Ablett. 6-0 to the Leeds Rhinos. Catalan Dragons hit back with a great try themselves from their forwards as well. Muniz hitting a beautiful line off a short ball from Garcia. Take us through this one, John.
Best try of the half, this one. First of all, I'll show you the play before, because you see the communication between the players and the build-up to this. So there's a couple of things to take to have a look at. First of all is Sam Williams, and he's telling Benjamin Garcia, who wants back and to reload, stay up front for me, and there's a reason for that. Now, in turn, have a look at what Benjamin Garcia does. Straight away, this little movement there with his arm, he wants somebody up with him. So he's already got this thought process going in his head that he's going to be a ball player. He's going to be the first guy. Now, I think that's the beauty of it, isn't it? That pass there was superb, because everybody in that ground
expected him to take
including Sam Williams, expected Sam Williams to get the ball and then to be attacking out here, as did the entire right edge Leeds defence. So I think the fact that he was able to hit that pass, hit it at speed, and Muniz then dispatches Williams, that was a great try, really well worked, and that's what you like to see from the Catalan Dragons. We know they play with flair and with verve and zest, and that was a great example of it.
My error, it was Sam Williams, of course, who scored off Gregory Muniz's ball in the end. Zach Hardacre penalty pushed Leeds 2 points in front, and then we saw Callum Watkins try. Some tremendous skill from Watkins, but some sloppy play from the Catalan Dragons.
We've seen all. I'm not going to break this down too much, other than you forget somebody who scored 27 tries in 27 games and who's the live wire of the Catalan Dragons. You forgive the odd error like that. I thought that was great from Callum Watkins. The one thing I would say, at this point, why on earth Vincent Dupont is not just looking to kill that ball, fall on the ball, get down on that ball, kill the ball, try and make the best of a bad situation, and instead he gets into a little battle, little football, soccer battle with Callum Watkins and comes off second best. He had an opportunity there to shut that down and prevent that. That has changed now the complexion of this second half.
The balance and the poise of Callum Watkins, though, and the composure is very, very impressive as well. Okay, Leeds Rhinos leading just at half-time. The Catalan Dragons, well, they've got 40 minutes to rescue their season. Remember, lose and you're out. Back to you, Eddie.
Yes, it's sudden death Saturday. It's survival Saturday. Warrington have survived. They've moved on to next week. Will it be the Leeds Rhinos here, or will it be the Catalan Dragons who make progress with them? A few Catalan supporters in the crowd at Headingley, which is really good to see. They arrive here with 3 straight wins behind them. It's their 6th playoff series, their 4th in a row. They're in tremendous heart, and they're in even better heart because Leeds have won the last 2 at home and have gone 3 games at Headingley without a win. Can the Catalan make them pay? We'll find out.
Has he got downward pressure?
I think so.
When you look at it, life's all about numbers. We all have our favourites. Because you see, I like that on 6. And him, he's the wrong side of 40.
Benson's for Beds 1 to 5 bed firmness rating and unique comfort station make it easy to find a bed that's right for you.
I love this one. It's a number 1.
For a limited time only, selected beds are half price plus £100 off. And there's free credit on everything over £150 at Benson's for Beds.
Someone's kidnapped my wife. Find the men who did this.
Let her go, or you're dead.
Liam Neeson. A walk among the tombstones.
Ever had a moment when you realise just how much you care about the things you own?
Right, where shall we start?
At More Than, we've introduced a new way to buy home insurance. We start by asking you how much you want to pay, and together we'll help build the perfect cover for your home.
Thank you for talking me through everything.
Happy to help.
More Than, where you mean more.
Can people tell the difference between Walker's sizzling steak fajita flavour and the real thing? Oh. Oh. Oh.
This is definitely the crisp.
Try all 6 Do Us a Flavour finalists and vote for your favourite.
This smaller, lighter vacuum has nylon brushes for carpets, soft anti-static carbon fibres for hard floors, all on a self-adjusting cleaner head, and 2-tier radial cyclones to capture more microscopic dust. Talk about concentrated technology.
Get up to £100 off Dyson upright and cylinder technology when you trade in any vacuum. Available at participating retailers. Find out more at dyson.co.uk.
Harvey's up to half-price sale won't just save you money, it can end wars. Be a means of keeping you abreast of world affairs. Help you achieve inner peace. Teach your children the important lessons in life. Assist you in managing your team back from 4-0 down. And even initiate peace negotiations. Hurry, Harvey's early bird discounts end Tuesday.
The annual company retreat. Planned, as usual, by this guy. Nature lover, people person. And you put up with it all. Because he's also booked you a room in this place! Planet Earth's #1 accommodation site, Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
Chelsea's a massive game.
It'll be amazing game.
Big moments, big players.
Come on, let's go now! Come on, keep going!
Super Sergio Aguero moment.
This is why you love City. Sound of that!
And it's smashed home by Diego Costa.
Lay it on me, baby!
The Barclays Premier League at its best.
Man City v Chelsea, part of a big weekend of football, tomorrow on Sky Sports.
Bring the noise!
Has he got downward pressure?
I think so.
It's been a long journey. There's been joy for some, pain for others. It's been a journey, all right. And it will all come down to this.
Yeah, this time 3 weeks we'll be into the 2014 Grand Final, and on Thursday we know that we will be watching Castleford Tigers against the Warrington Wolves on the next step on the road. That's a 7:30 start on Thursday on Sky Sports 1. The following night, we know we're in Huddersfield. We don't know yet who is going to be there, Leeds Rhinos or the Catalan Dragons. That is a 7:30 start on Sky Sports 1 as well. At the moment, Leeds are halfway towards facing the Giants, because this is the situation at half-time. 14-6, Ablett and Watkins with the tries. Sinfield's kicked a couple of conversions, Hardacre the penalty, Williams and Bosch with the points for the Catalan Dragons. Right, the players are emerging for the start of the second half, so let's get back to the ground. John Keir, Barry McDermott and Terry O'Connor are in the commentary box alongside Bill Arthur.
The Leeds Rhinos in unfamiliar territory at the moment. They haven't won at Headingley since the 11th of July, Brian McDermott's team, and that was the 30 points to 6 defeat of Hull KR. But at half-time, they are 14-6 ahead. Morgan Escaray not looking particularly comfortable there, just possibly a little ankle twinge for Laurent Fresneu's fullback. That'll be a concern. But as I said, the Rhinos halfway there. But they're up against a Catalan Dragons side who know they've only got themselves to blame, really, for the points they conceded in the first 40 minutes. Penalties, and then that error from Morgan Escaray contributing to Leeds being in this position of a 14-6 lead.
Sorry, Bill, it's going to be interesting to see how both of these teams approach this second half.
There's no more second chances after today, and I'm sure that the coach is saying, if you think that something's on today, you go out there and play it, because there's some fabulous players in both sides. They've got to make sure, though, that the players that they put on, they've got to be ruthless.
I tell you what, Benjamin Garcia is a tough little prop, because he took Kevin Sinfield and dumped him to the ground there. He's not the biggest of guys.
No, he's dynamite. He's like a little cannonball every time he runs onto the ball, and he's very aggressive in his style of play. And that's why we talk about him, Bill, because he is that good of a player, and he wants to be a winner. Everything he does with purpose.
Quick chance to go down to the sidelines here from Rod again.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Just firstly, an update on Kevin Sinfield. He's OK out there after those 2 or 3 late hits he picked up in the first half. The Leeds captain. Leeds happy to keep him out there, but I wouldn't say it would be 1,000,000 to 1 that they'd wrap him in cotton wool if they can put this game to bed early in the second half. They're happy with the way things are going tactically, and I think we'll play similar stuff, get it in the corner, kick it deep, and put Catalan under pressure. As far as the Dragons are concerned, well, they just need to keep doing what they're doing, according to Jerome Guisset, their assistant coach. Get Leeds playing from inside their own half and keep the pressure on the Rhinos.
Not a good end to that set of 6 for the Catalan Dragons. Henderson and then Escaré, to Laurent Fraisonneau's disappointment, not really being able to get a decent kick away, which means that Leeds are coming back at them. Here is Callum Watkins, who scored that try out of nothing at the end of the first half to put Leeds 14-6 ahead, when it looked as though they were going to go in with only a 2-point advantage. And Jamie Peacock still out there, still going strong. Jamie Jones-Buchanan likewise gets the pass away. Ayton overran it really, and Watkins very nearly finding a way through. He did a good tackle from Sam Williams. That was the 5th. Here is Sinfield kicking across field. Joel Moon chasing, but collected by Michael Oldfield.
Back in, play on.
And John, you've been in those changing rooms at half-time, and particularly with French players, being a former PSG coach, of course. What do you think Laurent Fraisonneau would have said at half-time?
I think, first of all, is to ensure that they still believe in the processes that they were doing, and perhaps, as well, not to read too much into that last play. It was a fault of Escaré that allowed the Rhinos to get that 8-point buffer. But what they need to do is just continue doing what they're doing, play with purpose, and as the game progresses, if they buy enough territory, enough land, points will come. But they also need to ensure they defend very, very aggressively as well against this potent Rhinos attack.
So Sam Williams kicks straight into the arms of Ryan Hall, who says thank you very much, and turns and runs it straight back at the Catalan Dragons, and they find themselves having to regroup and defend straight away.
And that's the danger when Ryan Hall does catch the ball on the full. You see, they're just a few metres from halfway. If the ball goes to Ryan Hall, not only has he got that speed we talked about in the first half, he's that big and strong that he will make metres.
There is Tom Briscoe now. Briscoe trying to go on the outside of Vincent Duport. On report, Duport for his tackle on Kevin Sinfield. Could have been penalised there again. Referee Phil Bentham had a good look at it. Sinfield standing, Peacock rather, standing still when he took that pass. Here is Paul Ayton now, the PNG international, trying to get Watkins away there, just not hitting the button, Leeds. They might do, though. They might do with Joel Moon. Moon, nice little layoff back inside, ball over the top. Here is Hardacre. Hardacre on the last, kicks deep, way too deep, and it bounces out of play into the stand. And it's not Leeds in full flow.
No, initially you admired the sort of risk-taking that they were doing there, a bit of basketball overhead passing, but no, very disappointing at the end there with Zach Hardacre. It was just a pointless kick there. I'm sure they'd have been better just keeping it in the hand and challenging the Catalans' defence.
Leeds have gone 3 games at Headingley without a win. Like I said, 11th of July, the last time they won here. And that was against Torquay. It was 0-0 after almost an hour in that game. Rob Burrows sparked things into life that afternoon, but they lost to St Helens by a point, the game when Joel Moon was sent off. They lost to Bradford, and they drew with Castleford. Another sending off in that one when Kevin Sinfield had his altercation with Luke Dawn. So Not a great end to the season for the Rhinos, and yet here they are 14-6 up and potentially through to the next round of the playoffs. But here's Pomeroy. Pomeroy flings the ball back in field, just a slip from Joel Moon. It could have been so much different. And here's Williams, and they're changing direction again, and then Williams takes him on up the middle. Fifth tackle. Bosk is in position to make the kick. Drifts it across field. Dupont will challenge. So will Zebtaya. He'll get the ball down, but will he get the try? He thinks he has. Vigorous nod of the head from Zebtaya, the second row.
Challenge in the air.
Well, Zebtaya looks confident. So we've talked about him all year, how well he's played. And the ball goes up, you can see Zebtaya, he's just to the left of your screen, so he's onside. The number 11. Now he's having a little look, he cuts inside Callum Watkins, he's focused on catching this ball. Is it a clean take from the number 11?
I think it is, Tez. He's a good player, Zebtaya. Is there a bobble here at that point? Is he entitled then?
Well, he wasn't tackled, was he? Slides over the line.
And I almost think he slides over the line with the ball on his stomach. He's a fine player. And that's all it takes, isn't it, John?
It is, yes. It looks from that first read there as if it's a try, and I can't see anything there that would cause it to be disallowed. I think it was a clean catch. Yeah. I think he's remained in control as this momentum's taken him over the whitewash.
Yeah, he doesn't lose it.
It's very nearly up his jumper.
Yeah.
It isn't up your jumper time yet.
I think this is a try, this, Bill.
He's got the switch, yeah.
I don't think he loses the ball. He's got the ball in his left hand. So when he hits the ground, I still think he's got control. You can see here, the ball's still in his hand. And Tom Briscoe, you can't see from that, but just have a little look. He still looks like he's got control. Yeah. He's sliding over the line. I can't see a problem.
I can't see what they're looking at.
Richard Silverwood, the video ref, having another good look at this. Not inclined to award it yet. End on shot.
Well, it's a big call. Obviously, Catalan get awarded this try. They're back in the game.
Well, Carl Ablett's claiming that he's knocked on, he's dropped the ball, but I can't see any evidence whatsoever of that.
Well, I can't see Carl Ablett, the Leeds player, saying, yeah, I think that's a try, that ref.
Well, he's certainly having a good look, is Richard Silverwood. He should certainly be...
I can't see it being lost. I can't see it being lost anywhere.
Not at all.
There's inevitability about this. Zebtaya has had a great season. He's been in prolific try-scoring forms. Has he got another one? First one of the second half, he has. Boo from the south stands, and Zebtaya just managing to keep a hold of that ball. Claims his 12th of the season. He gets a try every other game for this Catalan side.
He's a wonderful player, Bill, because he's got all the skills. The discipline to stay on side, judging when his kicker is going to put it in the air. But Thomas Bosch puts it up, and they've done this countless times. Sometimes it's been right in the corner, sometimes it's been on the head of the centre, but on that occasion, it's right into the path of the very talented Zebtaya, who, to the delight of his coach Lauren Fresinu, dabs down, and this ball game is 2 tries apiece now.
Zebtaya got 2 tries here in the 32-31 defeat by Leeds back in June. He got a try against the Castleford Tigers last week in that impressive Catalan win. And if Thomas Bosk can goal this, then Catalan Dragons show every sign of pushing the Rhinos all the way here at Headingley. Bosk goals it, 14-12 the scoreline.
Well, Zebtaya has been the consistent performer all season for Catalan, and he had so many things to deal with then when he catches that ball. He's got to make sure that he stays onside. He's got to focus on catching that ball. He knows that there's going to be pressure from Tom Briscoe, and to control that ball with his left hand and not make a double movement effort is a fabulous play.
Yeah, it certainly is, Terry, and the coach, you saw his reaction to it. I think that's something the Dragons really work on. It's a shorter kick, aerial kick, that Elliot White has had great success with, and we've also seen Zebtaya as well come up trumps.
So, just 2 points in it again between these two sides. Leeds, who finished 6th, Catalan ending up 7th, well behind the Rhinos in the final standings.
Matters not though, Bill, it's trapdoor football, isn't it? Loose and you're out.
And it's very hard to say who it will be who goes through the trapdoor in this one.
Well, good play from Ian Henderson, the number 9 for Catalan, getting out from dummy half. And Marcus from Leeds Rhinos, one set and then again a kick. Unfortunately, straight into the hands of Ryan Hall. They need to make sure that they try and find ground when they're kicking the ball on the last play.
Remember, Catalan have never won on this ground against the Rhinos. Beaten them in Perpignan.
Okay, that's better.
But this is very definitely a bogey ground for the Catalan Dragons, but they're still very much in the hunt here. Carl Ablett takes the tackle. Here is Kylie Luluai back on his feet. Benjamin Garcia stood his ground there.
Well, that's the challenge of playing rugby. I'm sure they would have been Benjamin Garcia watching Kylie Luluai, and that's the challenge. And he stood up for it.
5, okay, Sam.
36-year-old Kylie Luluai against the 21-year-old Benjamin Garcia. The kick is hoisted high. It's a good one. Escray climbs for it, claims it well.
And that's a magnificent take.
And Leeds were offside, I think.
Leeds were offside as well. Brett Delaney says, "Who, me, sir?" It's a very high hanging kick.
And it is Brett Delaney there. You'll see the right side of the screen, the 15. And the rules again say if you go within 10 metres of the catcher, you're offside. And that's exactly what it was.
Try and call you out if I could, Brett. Right here. Go.
Here is Julien Busquet joining the fray from the bench, the big prop forward.
Hold. Go.
Here's Garcia.
Second, release Jamie.
To the halfway line. Well, Catalan showing distinct improvement from last season's playoff performance when they were very disappointing going out to Hull without really troubling them. They're troubling Leeds here today. Here is Elliot Whitehead, who the Rhinos have done well to keep him quiet. He's Super League's top try-scoring forward, of course. Busquet with the offload. Williams, but Sinfield there.
Well, they're looking to promote the ball now, Catalan.
Bosch, little chip kick ahead. Oh, Escray was taken out there, off the ball. Referee didn't see it, touch judges didn't see it. And they'll go back to the 20 for a quick tap. And Hardacre did well there.
Well, Morgan Escray staying down on the floor. He thought that it was going to be a penalty, and now the two fullbacks, Morgan Escray and Zach Hardacre, are clashing.
You're right, you don't see that unless either one of those players wants to make a point, and Escray and Hardacre, two fantastic rugby league players. We see the kick goes in, and there's the collision off the ball.
Leeds not bothering to hang around and watch any replays as Ryan Hall rumbles forward. South stand cranking it up a little bit, sensing that Leeds could be entering a crucial phase of the game here. Peacock drives it in, that's the 5th tackle, needs to be a good kick. Oh, better still, penalty conceded. Muniz incredulous.
Well, he knew that the momentum with the Rhinos, Garcia has hold just around the bicep, just trying to prevent Jamie Peacock from spinning and playing that ball quickly.
Poor penalty though, Barry, isn't it? Because what's that? 5 tackles are defended, and then it's another full set they've got to defend.
Yeah.
Here is Brett Delaney, began life as a centre with the Rhinos, but very much a success at the second row. Ablett looking for a second try, stopped in his tracks by good defence from Pomeroy and Whitehead. Burrow now, here is Maguire, step 1, past the first defender, 4 of them shut him down. Burrow again, scheming. Oh, and Kylie Luluai, sensing glory, puts the ball down. And Brian McDermott, well, frustration, because they'd built up there really well.
Well, I'm not so sure that Big Kylie was expecting this. He run for the whole. Well, his hands are. I don't think that. Have a little look.
No,
I don't think he was concentrating.
He's
on catching
expecting
that,
but he's trying to assess the landscape in front of him, and dead set drops the pudding.
No, he was offering himself. He was offering himself as a dummy runner. If he was expecting that ball, his hands need to be closer together. He's a better player than that.
Now, boys.
No, all I'm saying, he's a better player than that.
Can I say, John,
you prop forwards all stood up for each other.
Can I say, one of us scored 50-odd tries and the other one scored 19, and they were all in training.
22, actually. Don't rob me of 3 tries.
Here is Vincent Duport on report for that tackle in the first half on Kevin Sinfield. Zeb Taylor, try scorer in this second half, the only try of the second half so far, going the Catalan Dragons' way. Julien Busquet.
4, Ruiz Kylie. Back up.
Henderson, busy as ever. Oh, that ball's gone to ground. Referee says play on. No, he'll bring him back. Knock on, I think, by Leeds.
Well, Ian Henderson's coming more and more into this game from dummy half.
Just opening it up at the ruck.
Yeah, he is.
And Henderson, we've got a number of players that like to get out. Pelissier and Henderson for the Dragons. Ayton, Burrow. Just a little bit loose around that play of the ball now.
Well, Catalan's head and feet here. Another set of 6 for them.
Okay, mate. No worries. Out.
Here is Daryl Millard.
1, move, Paul.
So Catalan having the upper hand so far in this second half. Muniz bumps off the first challenge from Sinfield. Peacock there to wrap him out. Here is Henderson. Henderson finds Louis Anderson. Anderson doing well, Louis Anderson.
Okay, Danny.
Bosk, Muniz, Williams hoping to get the pass away, couldn't do so. Sinfield had him all wrapped up. Leeds supporters sensing their side needs a little bit of a lift. Here's the danger man, one of them. They've got a potent second row, have the Catalan Dragons. This man with 12 tries now this season. Elliot Whitehead, 18, and been kept quiet so far, but now he's chasing this ball. The ball's been batted down. Hardacre has it, but it's a knock-on from Ryan Hall, I think.
Yeah, well, Ryan Hall, he was under pressure from Ben Pomeroy, I think it was. Again, it was a good kick.
Quality kick, Tez. The second and third quarter has all been about Catalan Dragons. Myself and John were talking at half-time. What a good game it was. What a good contest. Neither side has really got in front for any length of time.
It's a real knockout contest, is this one. And when you put a catcher who's as competent as Ryan Hall under so much pressure that he spills the ball, whether it went forward or not may be debatable, but you know, he's really good under the high ball, is Hall. So you must get the chasers up there, and that's what the Dragons are doing. And that you just sense the momentum's going with the Dragons, and they're getting it in that middle channel.
Catalan looking to take advantage of that knock-on. Ryan Hall furious with himself for not gathering that one cleanly. Henderson. Muniz will play the ball. Henderson was hoping to capitalise, still might, finds Muniz again. Muniz going on the outside. Sinfield clinging onto him. Watkins comes to help out. Here is Escaré. Sam Williams, shot ball for Louis Anderson. Louis Anderson will go over for the try for the Catalan Dragons. They're in the lead. And the knock-on from Ryan Hall has the Catalan Dragons inevitably saluting Louis Anderson's try.
Well, it's a strength of Catalan, the kicking game, whether it be to the left or the right corner. And the mistake from Ryan Hall leads to the field position. Sam Williams, there it goes. I think it was Whitehead and Ben Pomeroy who chased. They put pressure on the Ryan Hall. But just have a little look at Louis Anderson run onto this ball. Again, straight, hard, straight over the top of Zach Hardacre. What you want from a back rower, you want him to just hit a hole, and that's exactly what he does. Look at that, get out the way, Zach Hardacre. I'm going to score that try.
Just third try of the season for Louis Anderson. And Brian McDermott's down by the dugout now.
Well, I'd be concerned, Bill, because in all honesty, in this second half, the Dragons have been the better team. They've controlled this game. and you just sense they're just gaining more and more belief as the game's progressing.
And Bosk should add another 2 points here. Hasn't missed so far this afternoon, and the ones he succeeded with have been a lot tougher than this. Leeds grouped by the sticks, knowing they've got a real battle on their hands, but they're used to that in this playoff scenario. In knockout football, they've succeeded already in knockout football with that Challenge Cup win.
Well, this is a first-class try from Anderson. It's the second time that the ball has gone to the front door rather than out of the back, and it's caught the defensive line of Leeds Rhinos a little bit napping.
Great view from the ref cam there of that Louis Anderson try. A Wembley try scorer he was for the Warrington Wolves in 2010 against the Leeds Rhinos. Here he is, a playoff try scorer for the Catalan Dragons now, who lead here by 18 points to 14. But still a long way to go in this game.
I'm with you, Barry. I feel that the Dragons have had a philosophy of playing through the Leeds defensive line rather than try to go around them, and it's obviously been successful with the 2 tries, one from Williams and obviously that one from Anderson.
Here is Henderson now, and Morgan Escaray hasn't had an opportunity to show his try-scoring ability. Bosk with the kick.
He hasn't, Bill, but he's been so busy. He's been running all over the place.
Oh, sorry, Barry, but...
No, it's a fumble from Ryan Hall, second mistake in as many minutes. Gets a pat on the head from Zach Hardacre.
You never see this, do you?
No.
It takes them, normally, every game without any trouble.
Anxiety.
Maybe.
They've got this run behind them, 5 games without a win. They're under the cosh here.
Well, people saying that lately they don't know how to win games, but I'm sure they've got enough players within that side still to get back into this game and beat Catalan. But the way Catalan are playing, they are the team that are playing with purpose. They seem to be building, and they seem to be getting stronger and stronger and believing in themselves.
You can't say they don't know how to win, Tez. They won a big game in the last couple of weeks. Let's be right.
I'm not saying. I'm saying that that's what people are saying.
Well, I believe Ryan Hall will rectify those 2 errors. I think he's that good a player, and he's mentally strong enough that he'll come up with something in the last 23 minutes.
He'll come up with it in the last minute to snatch it for the Rhinos, because they have the ability to do that. But at the moment it's Catalan with the belief coming forward. Bosk, Laurent Freysinou, very calm. Here is Muniz. Bang in front of those posts.
Hold the line.
Henderson.
Goal 5.
Sam Williams, little grubber kick. Zebtea will go for it. And they just managed to deal with it and ground it to Leeds, but the ball bobbling dangerously. Hardacre it was who cleared it up.
Well, the referee just having a look if there's a knock-on from Catalan. I think he's looking at Zebtea. Did it come off his right arm?
Yeah, I think Hardacre played it initially, didn't he, with his feet, but I think I'm with you, Terry. Tyre played it with his right arm and knocked it onto Hardacre.
Well, there'll be some relief for Zach Hardacre, who hits it first.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
Who hits it first. That's the perfect angle to see it. He hits it onto Zebtea.
So it'll be Catalan head and feed, Baz.
Absolutely. Leeds under all kinds of pressure now. Catalan in the box seat, about to get head and feed at the scrum.
Leeds, I think, were hoping for a restart on the 20, weren't they?
I thought they were looking for a dropout. Here you can see he goes to kick it, the ball goes forward.
They've got it right.
Yeah.
The referee's got it right. But it's more pressure.
I think
Zach
Hardacre was, sorry, John, I think he was hoping to ground the ball in goal for the dropout, to get as far away from the try line as they can.
Here is Thomas Bosk, Escaray, but Maguire was waiting for him. They're not going to give Escaray an inch. They know the damage he can do. And this man, Whitehead.
You can see there seems a lot more urgency in the play. Look at Ian Henderson.
Louis Anderson. One try to his name already, reversing towards that Leeds Rhinos try line. Bosk, Muniz once more.
They really
Leeds
are
having to put some work in.
Inside balls and lead runners, they really are working them, the Catalan Dragons.
Julian Busquet, again, just short on the 5th tackle. And again, Williams will put a kick in. This one a little chip kick over the top. Just drifting out of the field of play.
I think the Catalan players are asking whether there was a touch on that from Briscoe.
Not so, says the referee Phil Bentham, but he was a bit of a tease there, was the ref, because he just kept his arms by his side and didn't give it away.
Well, all year, that player's come off with him. Darren Millard holds his shape outside with Tom Briscoe. Well, he knew that the ball had gone over the top, knew the ball was going out of play. And his opposite was inside him, so he didn't panic.
And that's a good point that you make, John. The strength of the Leeds Rhinos. We talk about Peacock and Luluai, the big men in the middle. By turning the ball back in the inside, they're making those big fellas work extra hard, making sure they're not quite as effective when it's their time to cart the pigskin up.
Watkins will play the ball. Leeds having weathered the pressure there from the Catalan Dragons. Now looking to turn the tables here, and Ryan Hall bumps off Oldfield, comes back in field.
He's trying to atone, John. I agree. I think that world-class player that he is, he'll take that personally and it'll motivate him, not drive him down, will rise him up.
Move! Wait.
Jamie Peacock. A little chip kick over the top. Maguire is chasing. Sam Williams gathers it for the Catalan Dragons. Was there a Leeds player just obstructed trying to chase that kick? Referee was well positioned, didn't see anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Bill. I just think that Catalan seem to be aware of all the dangers, all the threats that Leeds have. They know that they're going to try something a little different.
Oh, the pass from Tyre finds Escaré. Escaré will take on Hardacre. Hardacre will make the tackle. An excellent one. And Escaré couldn't get the pass back inside. And Hardacre gets the plaudits of his teammates. He hasn't been error-free in this game. But when it mattered, he came up with the tackle.
Well, it's a tackle. That is the tackle of the century.
Well, this is 1-0 to Zach Hardacre.
That's one-on-one, Tez, you're right. If Escaré scores that try, everybody in the world of rugby league will say, Morgan Escaré should have got in the dream team.
Well, that was a brilliant ball from Zeb Taylor. Morgan Escaré knows that he's been hunted down by Zach Hardacre, but 1-0 to Hardacre in this game.
Terry, as regard to rugby league, that was a great passage of play, wasn't it? Offensively, there was that lovely offload from Taylor, great support play from Escaré, confidence from Escaré, trying to take his opposite fullback on the outside, and what a tackle that was.
And against most other sides that we've watched this year on Sky, he scored them tries.
Yeah. And we've seen Escaré and Zeb Taylor, they've got that really good partnership. He's got that left-hand offload, pings it inside to Escaré. I cannot describe how difficult a skill that is, how the timing has to be absolutely perfect or he gets batted off. It hasn't been perfect tonight. A lot of players in Leeds Rhinos shirts haven't, but they're just clinging in, and Catalan Dragons full value for that lead. This is a great game, John.
It is a great game, and the Rhinos, their mental toughness is being tested because the Dragons are playing so well, but they're hanging in, and you just feel they've still got the potential to clinch it at the end.
We've had two close games today, haven't we? On Thursday and Friday, we've had blow-away scores, but today, whoever gets beat, you're out of the competition. So you want to see teams, when they get into the top 8, play for the game. Play as though you want to make a dent in the playoffs.
This is why you play. This is why you play. You want to be involved in the big games where all the pressure's on and it's all down to you and the people around you. That's what it's all about.
Release! Hold! Go one.
So here is Ryan Hall.
2! Release Elliott!
Just over the 20 for the Rhinos, who trail on home territory. Who've lost 5 in a row going into this playoff game, and another defeat will end their season. That's not the sort of thing Leeds are prepared to countenance. Here is Rob Burrow. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, but Whitehead monstering him in there. Elliot Whitehead, who was in the England training squad earlier in the season and surely will feature in Steve McNamara's Four Nations plans after a standout season. Millard forced to go way back to retrieve that great kick.
Again, what a kick. 10 minutes to go. That is tremendous.
It's exceptional, isn't it? The level of skill there demonstrated by Kevin Sinfield, then the level of urgency with the chase, and now with this line speed. This game's ramping up for a great finish.
Oh, good shot. The crowd upping the tempo. Leeds looking to up the tempo. Catalan, this is going to be a test of their nerve. They're in the lead. They're not used to winning away from home. They haven't won away from home against a side above them in this competition this season.
You're right, Bill. They've only beaten London on 2 occasions. Bradford away from home and Hull KR. They've never beat one of the top sides.
Good kick from Escarate, turning Hardacre around. He retrieves it on his own try line. And then there's a good Catalan defensive line to greet the Rhinos fullback.
With just less than 15 minutes to go, you know that you don't want to make a mistake. It's all about getting to your kick, going down the other end of the park, not standing back and admiring it, getting off the line and trying to put as much pressure on the opposition as you can. Nervous times, nervous times.
It is, Terry, and Catalan happen to win this game again, haven't they? They've just to stay in there and keep working. It's a Leeds player who's got to come up with something special.
Which is the position they were in June, when they had 4 minutes away of victory here at Headingley, and they managed to blow that. It is going to be a test of their nerve. Here is Ablett, and Ablett's brought down by Thomas Bosk and Ben Pomeroy. Catalan see a bit defensively there, but it's a good kick, and Escarate retrieves it deep inside his half.
That's another good kick, this time from Rob Burrell. Popped out from 9, goes on the skinny side, trickles it along the line and challenges the Dragons through Escarate and then Millard to come away from their own line. You're right, John, it's just boiling up nice.
Great atmosphere here at Headingley Carnegie. Here's Vincent Duport. Oh, Duport's lost that ball. He's spotted it, and Vincent Duport, he can be a liability.
Well, with 2 versions of the centre, we've got the Formula 1 car in Callum Watkins, and we've got the tank in Vincent Duport, who runs hard and strong, and that's just a dead-set drop.
That could be the turning point.
Agreed. This next set is absolutely vital for the Catalan Dragons. It really is.
I'm sure that even if they don't score in this next set of 6 leads, it's about building pressure. Keep building pressure, and Brian McDermott knows that. I'm sure that Kevin Sinfield knows that. Danny Maguire knows that.
And Laurent Fresnel knows
so do
that.
so do those two as well.
Maguire. Good defence from the Catalan Dragons in the middle of the field there to stop Liam Sutcliffe. Jamie Peacock takes him on again. Has he had a breather yet, JP? I'm not sure if he has.
Probably not. He hasn't had a breather for about 17 years, Bill.
Doesn't look like it.
Move! 3-goal play, that's fine.
Here's Jamie Jones Buchanan, plays the ball. Burrow gets the pass away. Peacock once more. Great offload. Ball batted down by Bost. 6 to go.
Well, this is that pressure, Bill.
Hardacre felt that tackle from Olivier Ellimer. Here is Ryan Bailey now. Leeds sensing that this is a crucial time for them. They trail on the scoreboard. The clock is running down. The crowd is urging them on as they move closer to that Catalan try line. The Dragons right back on their try line. Peacock, Sinfield, Maguire fires the pass out. Hall looking to atone. He's brought down just short. The danger isn't gone yet. Maguire, first challenge he evades, gets the pass away. The ball's gone backwards, says the referee. Still alive for Leeds. Still with Sinfield. Sinfield's pass to Jamie Jones Buchanan. Leeds hit back. Jamie Jones Buchanan comes up with only his 2nd try of the season. McDermott absolutely unmoved on the sidelines. The South Stand isn't. Footman of the year comes up with the try. And Leeds take advantage of that error from Vincent de Paul.
Well, we said that this could be the turning point. And Vincent de Paul, the pressure got to him. Carlo left home on the it's 6 to go. The offload from Jamie Peacock. Thomas Bosch just pats that ball down, and Zach Hardaker's the first to react. And just have a little look at the footwork, the nimble footwork, the offloading of the ball. They're still not panicking. They know that they can still play with that composure. And Jamie Jones-Buchanan, he knows the danger of Kevin Sinfield when he goes at the line. And as soon as he goes at the line, he's going to pull somebody out.
It's great work by Sinfield. He's the big game player today, is Kevin Sinfield. He takes it at the line, he engages the defender, and just on the outside, there's Jamie Jones-Buchanan firing into that gap. And that's a great try, and it just came about through Leeds constantly questioning this Dragons defence. They were defending heroically, but ultimately the crack appeared.
To Kevin Sinfield to put Leeds back in front. He has done. And now Leeds have to hold their nerve. What a test of character this playoff tie is proving to be. 20 points to 18, the scoreline. Leeds aren't home and dry yet, but Jamie Jones-Buchanan has given them hope.
Well, this is when I love watching rugby league. This is what our game's all about. When the pressure is on and it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. The great teams, the brilliant teams, that's where they live, that's where they thrive. And we've got a real game on now. 2 points in it with 10 minutes to go.
Well, he's due some glory, Jamie Jones-Buchanan. He's had a run of rotten luck with injuries over the last 12 months, with a knee problem, a calf problem, a bicep problem. I think he then had another calf problem. But he's come back every time, and he's helped Leeds come back in this sudden death playoff tie. And Leeds, can they finish the job off here? Catalan Dragons backpedaling. And good defence from Vincent de Paul that time to stop Callum Watkins, almost taking him off the field of play as well. Brett Delaney appearing from nowhere to claim that pass. And suddenly there's a bit of a zing about the Rhinos' play. And here is Hall. Pomeroy gets a hold of him.
Release!
Robbie Burrow now. And Danny Maguire, a little bit of calmness restored to proceedings there.
Bill, as teams in Super League with a 2-point lead going into the final 10 minutes of the game, they just defend that lead, not Leeds Rhinos. Leeds Rhinos still looking to play, still looking to score points. The backbone of this side has been together for 10 years. They've been through the good times, they've been through the bad times, and they know what they can do as a group. And Brian McDermott, he knows the strengths of his sides, and he's never been bothered about what people are saying with outside the group, because he knows how strong they are internally.
That was a great set though, wasn't it, Terry, as well? They really did, they were re-energised in that set, the Rhinos. Asked all sorts of questions of the Dragons' defence and finished the set very intelligently. Now with the gauntlets thrown down to the French team.
Here's Louis Anderson. Try scorer in this second half, pops the ball over the top to Olivier Elima. We've seen some scintillating rugby league from the Catalan Dragons this season. They're going to have to produce some of that to get past a determined Rhinos rearguard here.
Well, Bill, when Catalan Dragons are at their sensational best, it's when it's the unstructured, the unplanned. When somebody turns around and flops a pass, it goes on the ball, and then they're on the toes, and they get on board, and that's where the points come.
Here's Thomas Bosch. And Henderson with the kick, but it's not a good one, and straight into the arms of Hardaker. And the Catalan kicking game hasn't been at its best today.
It's been poor weather. They've been targeting that right side, whether it's been Zach Hardaker or Ryan Hall catching the ball on the full. You need to make sure you're finding the ground.
Move! That's fine. Wait.
Ryan Hall upended. And here is Brett Delaney now.
Release!
Committed to the Leeds cause for the rest of his career, Delaney, after inking a 5-year deal with the Rhinos.
Move! Work back, mate. Hold!
And here is Jamie Peacock. Maguire. Strong kick, but Escaré scampers across to claim it.
But it's the chase. There's nowhere for Escaré to go.
The momentum shift is with the Rhinos, but I don't believe this game is over. Leeds doing their best to strangle it out.
Still time for the Catalan Dragons, but a lot of work to do from deep in their own half. Pomeroy. Here is Vincent Dupont. Castleford Tigers had real problems handling Vincent Dupont last weekend, but Delaney and Callum Watkins have done a good job on him today.
Yeah, and Ben Pomeroy on the right side as well, and that's where Morgan Escaré scored the majority of his 27 tries this year from the breaks from those players, and yet again the kicking game straight down the throat of Zach Ardacre.
I think that's been one of the big differences between the two sides today. I think Leeds' kicking game has been much more intelligent than the Dragons, and much tighter as well.
Ryan Hall has really put his hand up. I mean, he probably could have been forgiven for going into his shell after a couple of errors in the second half.
Good players don't go into the shell, though. When you made a mistake, you put your hand up, you've got to get straight back on the horse, and you've got to do what you're good at.
Liam Sutcliffe, whose penalty goal broke the hearts of the Catalan Dragons here back in June, and the Dragons going to be broken-hearted again here in this playoff tie. Is this the end of their season? They've got 5 minutes to try and salvage it, to even take it to Golden Point. Here is Millard.
Oh, Millard had to be brave then. If he judges that wrong, that means he's touched that and it's a scrum to Leeds.
Yeah, did a good job there, because they need this ball in play to the Dragons to give themselves any chance.
Here is Dupont. Henderson. Just weary look on the face of the Catalan number 9. Oldfield has lost that ball. He's been deprived of it illegally, says the referee. That'll be a penalty to the Catalan Dragons, and that is a very welcome whistle for them.
You're right, Bill. They needed this. They needed to get up the other end of the park. And Danny Maguire just rips that. You can just see now they're just over halfway.
This is a magnificent contest. Okay, after the first 2 playoff games, there might have been the question, what's the point? But this is the point. This is a full-on contest between 2 sides who are aiming to stay alive in the playoffs, and Muniz is doing his best for the Catalan Dragons.
Well, they're still having a big dig. Lauren Fresnu, well, he wants to go right here.
Bosch back in field to Escaré. They're desperate to try and get Escaré loose. Leeds desperate to keep him shackled. Here's Garcia. Garcia takes them closer. Pelissier it is.
It's those inside balls, Bill.
But Leeds managing to slow things down. Williams now, little kick into the corner. Millard will climb for it, and it's batted out by Briscoe. Desperation from the winger.
Well, what a contest it's been on that left side. How many times have we seen Catalan score from this play? Oh, desperation from Daryl Millard. That's the danger of Catalan.
Tremendous work, wasn't it, from Briscoe there. You wouldn't have put it past Millard, reeling that in and plunking it over the whitewash. But as it is, the reward for that pressure is another set. Just under 3 minutes to go. 6 tackles within 10 metres of the Rhinos line.
Williams will feed the scrum for the Catalan Dragons. Picked up at the back by Pelissier, then Williams on to Bosch. Leeds backpedaling towards their own try line. Whitehead, Elliot Whitehead. We haven't seen the threat of Whitehead yet. There is still time though for the former Bradford Bull to return and haunt Leeds. Pelissier trying himself, but Jones, Buchanan and Sutcliffe stopped him in his tracks. Whitehead appealing for a penalty perhaps. The ball bobbling into the hands of Henderson. Henderson takes it up. 4 tackles gone. Leeds defending strongly. Pelissier change of direction. Bosch wrapped up again. Again, Jamie Jones Buchanan with the tackle on the last.
This is it. Where's the kick coming
Henderson.
from?
Williams hoists the kick. Again, Millard will climb. It's batted down. And Sutcliffe, can he get out of trouble? He can't. Hardacre it is. He can't get. He can. Magnificent work from Zach Hardacre.
You're right, Bill. That's very good play from the fullback to get in the field.
It could be a try. It's Sam Williams. Fresino is on his feet. The ball was knocked on. Video ref Richard Silverwood will have a look at this. I think it was Sam Williams who pounced on the loose ball.
Well, Zach Hardacre, he gets into the field of play. Brilliant work from the fullback. And it's the next play. It's the speed of the line. It's the intensity of the defensive line that Leeds make the mistake. Is it a clean pickup? Are they onside? Here's the pass from Kevin Sinfield. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Briscoe just having a little cut. And the Sam Williams do. Try.
That's a try.
Unbelievable.
A sensational try from Catalan Dragons. No doubt about that. It's a fumble from Briscoe under enormous pressure from the Catalan Dragons.
Well, these are tough carries, aren't they, Barry? It's the toughest place to carry the ball.
And he's got 4 blokes in front of him, all wanting to knock his lights out. And Sam Williams has won this game for the Catalan Dragons.
In the last 3 minutes of this contest, Sam Williams has pounced on an error by Leeds, but has he converted into 4 points? He has, and Catalan Dragons are back in front. The clock is running down. Brian McDermott cannot believe it. Those Catalan supporters who came across on the team plane are jubilant, and Jamie Peacock no doubt saying, listen, there is still a minute and a half to go in this game. We're not out of it yet.
Sometimes it's not always about the big play, what you do with the ball, it's what you do defensively. Muniz, Zebteya, Sam Williams getting off the line, and just Tom Briscoe, he's had a look up, who's in front. It's a lonely place when you're bringing the ball away from your own line like that. And poor old Tom Briscoe.
That's a reward for urgency and desire and work, and Lauren Fresino absolutely over the moon. And Williams there just turning as the tries are awarded. He knows that he's won this game for the Dragons.
Well, you say that, John, but back in June the Dragons thought they'd got the game won, and they conceded a penalty from the restart after they had dropped a goal and lost the game. That, I'm sure, is what the Catalan players have been saying as they grouped in the middle of the field there, waiting for the video ref decision. We cannot let it slip this time. Thomas Bosk hasn't missed so far. This to extend the Dragons' advantage. And Bosk is on target once more. Catalan are in sight of a first ever win on this ground. Laurent Fresino, the young coach, looking pretty calm. And Sam Williams, who is leaving the club at the end of this season to return to the NRL, has he kept him in the playoffs? That ball is batted back and Briscoe gathers it. The hooter has sounded and Catalan will celebrate. David Waite, who made his first test appearance on this ground, the Catalan assistant coach. It's not the end of his association with the Catalan Dragons. He's going into retirement when they're out of the playoffs. Well, they're not out of the playoffs yet because they have won this game in sensational fashion here at Headingley with Sam Williams' try.
Well, it was going to come down to a mistake, and this is why you play a sport, you put your body on the line every week. And the emotions that Lauren Fresno's been through, especially when he's visited England, the record's not been the best, and there's the reaction at the end. The Catalan directors, fabulous achievement.
I tell you what, Sebastian Ragan, their football manager, who's been up alongside us here on the gantry this afternoon, was saying at half-time, if we win, I've got to find an aeroplane by next Friday to get the side to Huddersfield, because that is where the Catalan Dragons are going next. Sam Williams, scorer of that decisive try, is the man of the match. A sensational match at that. And here he is with Rod.
Sam, well done. Man of the match and match winner. Just tell us what was going through your mind when that ball got spilled by Tom Briscoe.
Mate, that time of the game, everyone's pretty desperate. I just wanted to get on the ball, and it just happened with a bit of dew on the ground, you can slide over. So, that's a good a way you can finish the game, and we got more to do now.
You had a real near miss here in the league in the regular season, didn't you? Did you think it was going to be a repeat when Jamie Jones-Buchanan went over?
Yeah, I'll be honest, that last kick-off, it was sitting in my mind a little bit, but we learnt from that, and that's important. We're a team that's growing, and hopefully we can take that through another couple of weeks.
We know you'll be heading home at the end of the season. What have you made of the spell here? And it could be a dream to come true to end it at Old Trafford.
Mate, that's what you come here for. You want to win premierships, and we're in a position where we can do it. And there's a few people riding us off, and we've come here and we've had a win. So we're a pretty focused group, and we hope we can do it again next week.
Well done today. We'll see you at Huddersfield next week, Sam. Thanks for talking to us.
Cheers, thanks.
Kevin Sinfield's here. Kevin, we really appreciate your time. We know this is a difficult time for you and the Leeds Rhinos. Just give us your reaction to what happened there, and to see the chance to play at Old Trafford slip away right at the end there.
Well, we've not been good enough this last month, probably since the cup final, so we have to take it on the chin, we have to front it up. Not a good enough performance here at home, in front of our own fans, against a very good team, so we didn't come up with it. We have to live with that now.
It looked like you'd found a way to win, as you so often did. It was a surprise to everybody when that happened at the end. Was it a surprise to you?
Yeah, a little bit. I think we know what Catalan are capable of, and we knew it was going to be a battle. Like I said, our form hasn't been great coming in, but we felt that we could muster something here tonight, but it just wasn't to be. I think that probably sums up our year. We're good in patches, and then the end like that probably sums up where we're at.
Kevin, I know this may be a difficult time to answer this question, but will the season still be filed under a success because of the Challenge Cup win, despite what's happened here tonight?
I don't know, Rod. We'll see. We'll see. We probably need to have a think about that. It's been a long time since that cup's been here, and it certainly was special, but I don't think that should mask how we've finished the season. So, the players are responsible. The guys who took the field will, like I said, we'll have to front it up and take on the chin.
Thank you, Kevin. As honest, fair and sporting as ever. Thank you very much. Laurent Francignou is here. Laurent, what was those final few minutes like for you?
Was pretty tough to handle because I think we performed very well today. And when they scored their last try, I said they're better than us because you cannot click off against Leeds, and we were pretty lucky with our last try. But for one time, I'm pretty happy it's us. So yeah, I'm very happy.
You have waited such a long time as a club to win here at Headingley. It's been 10 times here and 10 losses. What a time to win here.
That's a perfect time, and share that with the coaching staff, and especially David Wade said that's the right time to make history and in the playoffs. So yeah, tonight we are pretty proud, but we want to keep on dreaming.
You will go to Huddersfield to keep the dream alive. Give us a thought or two on that match, Laurent, next week.
It will be a tough one. They've been hammered against Wigan. I'm sure they will respond, but it's a playoff game, it's another competition, and again, I want to keep on dreaming.
Keep on dreaming. Many congratulations, Laurent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep on dreaming. Laurent Francignou, the Catalan Dragons just might be on the way to the theatre of dreams in 2014. That was a dream finish to a match that looked as though it had slipped away from them, but the Catalan Dragons have won for the first time ever at Headingley in Super League. They came so close in June, losing to a penalty goal after they'd edged ahead with a drop goal of themselves, and tonight they've held on for a 24-20 win. Well, the biggest story of the weekend, fellas, came at the end. Brian and John, that was incredible.
Oh, sensational. It's what sport can deliver. The playoffs, Eddie, have certainly come alive. Take you back to half-time. The Leeds Rhinos leading 14 points to 6. Zeb Teja caught a crossfield kick on 45 minutes. That was gold, 14-12 then to the Leeds Rhinos. They went in front of the Catalan Dragons for the first time with a Louis Anderson try. The first of two huge involvements from Sam Williams, John.
Yeah, two angles of this same clip. Two of the best passes and two of the best lines this weekend from the Catalan Dragons. Pass from Williams, line from Louis Anderson. And I've shown you the reverse here just because we know what a good quality player Zach Hardaker is as a defensive player, right? Ball in the left hand, gets round the last remaining tackler, but he's aware that Zach Hardaker is coming in. That very late shift from left to right hand is worth its weight in gold because It's not Zach Haddock, it's Kevin Sinfield coming across. Would have had a good chance there at trying to stop. So just that, even being able to think at that last minute was sensational.
Through the line and then do that again. And a man who plays in the second row but has been asked to play in the front row, a huge effort. And then, look, John, at the very end, as I said, this is what sport delivers. It's drama like no other at times. Sam Williams, when Leeds Rhinos looked and you would expect them to finish out the game.
Yeah, what a sensational finish. And you could see the shoulders visibly relax on the Leeds Rhinos players as they got through the end of this set. It was actually a mess of a fifth tackle play, wasn't it, to start with? And once the ball goes to Zach Haddock,
brilliantly to
doesn't he? Yeah, and I don't think they would have minded. I don't think they would have minded at all if they'd have had to concede a dropout, because at least it pushes them further up the field. Everybody visibly relaxed. Perhaps
look at the clock in the top corner.
I know.
1:52 left.
Keep your eye on the Catalan Dragons. You know, they're still very much, the fact that they were able to get this wall and start putting pressure on here.
Stay on side, be disciplined.
It does. Yeah. It applies all kinds of pressure to this man. All kinds of pressure, and you wouldn't want to be in his shoes now. You really wouldn't. And that is a cruel, cruel way to end a season, but very, very special for the Dragons.
Yeah, thanks to both of the sides. Again, Eddie, wonderful entertainment from Leeds Rhinos and the Catalan Dragons.
Yes, I think you said it all, fellas. The playoffs have come alive on this Survival Saturday. Warrington have survived, and the Catalan Dragons have survived. They are only the second lower-ranked team to have won a 6 versus 7th match in the playoff. Hull KR did it in 2010, beating Hull FC at the KC Stadium. Tonight, the Catalan Dragons have beaten Leeds at Headingley.
Looks like a job for the old magic sponge.
With Swinton, you get £50 for switching your car insurance. Talk to Swinton Insurance now. We'll search a panel of specially selected insurers and give you £50 as a welcome when you switch. Call 0800 9 886666 and see if we could save you money on your car insurance. Talk to Swinton on 0800 9 886666 in a high street branch or visit our website.
Whatever you do, do not make a sound.
Sorry, they're nutty.
Nutty?
Nutty!
Kellogg's Crunchy Nut, tasty nutty flakes ruled by golden honey.
Nutty!
There's Crunchy Nut clusters too.
The Currys PC World Autumn Sale is now on. This 8-kilo Bosch washing machine with Vario Perfect technology for energy-efficient or quick washes is just $319. These WD 1TB hard drives with a free case are just £49, or these 2TB ones are just £79. This stylish Toshiba satellite laptop with 750 gig of storage for your documents and downloads is just $299, save £70. We'll find the one that's right for you. Currys PC World.
Vicky Harris, you're our kind of person. Through your lens, everyone looks photogenic, flawlessly framed, and perfectly posed. You couldn't take a bad picture if you tried. If anyone's giving extra, it's you, Vicky.
Cheers.
And at the Halifax, we think people who give extra should get extra back from their bank. Like a £5 reward each month with our reward current account. Vicky, you're on a roll.
Now, Brian, Confused.com want you to deliver £1 million to some lucky person. That's right, £1 million. So go find the winner.
£1 million? Wow!
Yes, the £1 million mega draw is here. Win £1 million or a weekly prize of £10,000. For your chance to enter, buy your car, home, life or travel insurance through Confused.com.
I'm off to earn some pennies, but not before I have smothered the most beautiful girl in the world with kisses.
Get off your nut job.
Always beat you on that quiz machine, remember? You have a very selective memory.
What on earth is that?
Cosmo?
Oh. You're over my head. Brand new Mount Pleasant. Tuesday at 9 on Sky Living HD, or catch up on last week's episode on demand.
Man City v Chelsea.
part of a big weekend of football. Tomorrow on Sky Sports.
Looks like a job for the old magic sponge.
Well, Survival Saturday, and it means that on Thursday we're at Castleford because Warrington Wolves, who have won today against Widnes, will be playing at 7:30 Sky Sports 1, and on Friday the Catalan Dragons, the surprise package now of the playoffs, they will be at Huddersfield 7:30 on the same channel. For once in 8 years, Leeds have dropped out of the playoffs at the first hurdle. Their coach is Brian McDermott. He's with Rod.
Brian, thank you very much indeed for coming out. We know it's a difficult time for everyone connected with the Leeds Rhinos. I can only imagine how you're feeling, but perhaps you could try and put it into words.
Yeah, it's very disappointing. Don't really feel like telling you how I feel, to be honest with you, Rod. I'll talk to you about the game. It's a difficult game. We didn't play at our best, and it's just a real hard way for everybody, including players, staff, everybody involved with the club and the fans, for us to bow out of playoffs. But that performance from us wasn't good enough.
Was it one of those games that you thought you were going to win ugly until those final few seconds? It had that feel to it that Leeds were going to find a way to win. Did you feel that?
No.
Why were you off tonight? Or is that just a culmination of the last few weeks, do you think?
We'll check on that. I'll have a look at that. I don't know. Obviously, things happen. That's out of your control, and you've got to be able to deal with those. But ultimately tonight we weren't good enough, and we didn't deserve to go through to the next round. Credit to Catalans, they were dogged throughout and won the game. A good luck to them throughout the rest of the playoffs.
Thanks for your frankness, Brian. We appreciate your time.
Cheers.
Very un-Brian McDermott like that. Obviously, bitterly disappointed because they've gone out at the first hurdle in the First Utility Super League playoffs. It's a cruel game, a very cruel game. Matty Russell, who's probably in hospital tonight, will testify to that with a badly broken jaw, teeth missing, broken nose, goodness knows what else. Brian McDermott, so disappointed because his team have failed. And I can't believe that they're going to say this has been a failure of the season because they've won one of the cups available to them. You know what I mean?
Well, I do, yeah. I mean, it's a game in which if you want to be involved for a long time, you have to be able to handle the highs and the lows. And any player or coach who's involved will see both extremes. I think Brian McDermott's seen that now. From a French point of view, though, it's great to see, really, isn't it? A side who've not really had that much success this season. The coach talks about his dream. Well, this season could finish at the Theatre Dreams for them. They've shown enough ability to score some points there tonight and do okay, but generally speaking, I don't know really sure whether that was about the season high for them. It was mentioned, wasn't it, that this was almost a grand final for them this season. I hope they've still got something left because they do have something to add to this competition.
Well, they do, and the fact of the matter is we've been saying all through this season that they don't travel well, the French. Suddenly, they've found the right passport, haven't they?
Yeah, and look, their display last week against Castleford sort of gave me the indication that if Leeds weren't going to be at their best, they were vulnerable, and they certainly were. But it just shows you that errors can just make it so wonderful for the fairy tales to happen. It nearly happened with Widnes, didn't it? They took a lead, but 3 drop balls just after the restart allowed Warrington to score 3 vital tries. They didn't make it, and it was one error from Tom Briscoe right with the dying seconds that allowed Catalan to win the game. Fairy tales do come true.
Yeah, we nearly had 2 big upsets, didn't we? Here today, we have lost one of the big teams of the playoff scene, and the Leeds Rhinos,
Right. I think the
champions
other sides will be delighted. Every other side watching.
But they're not. They haven't played well since Wembley, and Castleford haven't played well since Wembley. It's a crack record from me. I understand. Wembley, at the time of year it is, completely kiboshes certain teams. Assault on Old Trafford.
But Leeds were a little bit different to that, weren't they? Because of their big game experiences and having some of the best individual players who very often they've bailed them out of situations like we've seen them in today. I don't know where the best Saturday night in the UK might be, but I think being on the plane with those French supporters flying back could be the best Saturday night here. That must be a fantastic achievement for them. As you say, they've travelled over here for, it's almost over 12 months since they've beaten a big side, a top team in this country. To have an away game and win like that in those circumstances, that is what the sport's all about.
Absolutely tremendous, and I think one supermarket, local, to Leeds will make a lot of money tonight.
Yeah, well, I've no doubt about that, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if you actually jumped in your car and you headed over there to jump on the plane with them and go and celebrate in Perpignan, because the champagne will be flowing tonight. There is no doubt about it as far as the Catalan Dragons are concerned. OK, tonight we have Fight Night. That's coming up at 8 o'clock on Sky Sports 2. Christopher Rebras takes on George Groves at 8 o'clock. There's Top 14 Rugby Union next on Sky Sports 3 here, Montpellier against Stade Francais. And right now on Sky Sports 5, Atletico Madrid take on Celta Vigo from La Liga. And next weekend, this is the way it looks. Castleford-Warrington Thursday, 7:30 Sky Sports 1. Same time, same channel Friday for Huddersfield and Catalan Dragons. OK, it was 8 by Thursday morning. It is now 6 by Saturday night. Who's for Old Trafford? We'll get a step closer next week. Bye-bye.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live. On all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.
Last tackle. He's looking for the crossfield kick. And it's worked a treat.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Isuzu D-Max sponsors Sky Sports coverage of the Super League.
At Machine Mart, you can buy power washers, generators, welders, air compressors, wood stoves, water pumps, space heaters, jump starters, engine cranes, trolley jacks, table saws, storage racks, workwear, power tools, tool chest, hand tools. Machine Mart have a huge range of tools and machinery on display in their 65 superstores nationwide. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. The new Machine Mart catalogue has hundreds of price cuts and new products. Get yours in store, online or call.
What does it take for the RAF to respond to a humanitarian crisis? It takes air traffic controllers, engineers, RAF regiment gunners, aerospace battle managers, medics, chefs, full-timers, spare-timers, and you. Find your role in the RAF as a full-time regular or a spare-time reservist. Search RAF recruitment now.
To get a loan of up to £800 you can pay back in nice weekly segments. Apply today at satsumaloans.co.uk.
What are your specials?
What are you after?
Oh.
We got burgers, cheeseburgers, pies, fries, and odds.
Odds?
Yeah, we got first to score, half-time score, score draw, 5-4, and a tasty offer to be sure.
What's the catch?
Haddock.
Download the Coral app and check out our in-play specials.
But please bet responsibly.
I got friends, I got family here. I got friends, I got family here.
So, Henry Morgan, what's your story?
My life is just like yours. Except for one difference. It never ends.
I think it's safe to say that I've yet to figure out what the point of life is.
Everything you are, everything you've learned is for something bigger. For a reason. There's something you're not telling me.
Forever starts Thursday, 2nd of October at 9 on Sky One HD.
You're watching Sky Sports 3. Your home of tennis.
Something very special. That is brilliant. World class in so many areas.
It is round 6 in the top 14, and tonight 2 sides in the top 6 square off in the south of France. Montpellier welcome high-flying Parisian Stade Francais, and we welcome 2 men who know the clubs well. Scottish international and former Montpellier man Jim Hamilton is joined by former England and Stade winger Paul Sacchi. We've got a box office conclusion to the round. The newly named El Trad Stadium is Montpellier's home, formerly Stade Yves de Montmoir, but the same daunting atmosphere awaits Stade Francais. That's been a big couple of weekends for the men in pink. Last week, a defiant and clinical victory in Toulon, that rarest of achievements in the top 14. Could the famous old club be back on the march? Tonight, they're back down south. And just imagine what another win would do for Sergio Parise and his men. Of course, Montpellier, well, they'll just be glad to be back home after last week's away loss to Bordeaux-Bègles. Just another example of how the league is going deeper and getting tougher. We round off round 6 as Montpellier host Stade Francais. Now, before we look ahead to tonight's final fixture, a reminder of the action from last night, and it was a barbed response from the champions Toulon after the disappointment of last week's loss. It was Brive who felt the force. Dylan Armitage crossed for a couple, this one a chip grubber and chase. And then the home side's woeful discipline issues struck again. This time it was South African lock Pete Murray.
policeman who was on stage with her cry, describing the plight of prostitutes. She was an amazing woman.
Butler enters crime-ridden slums to challenge a form of exploitation common in Victorian cities. Child prostitution.
Because venereal disease was rife, there was this insistence amongst many men who went to prostitutes that they should be virgins. That's why there was this terrible trade in young girls as young as 12 or 13.
Spring 1885. Butler wants to expose what's happening. She turns to William Stead, editor of the Pall Mall Gazette, one of the most influential papers in London. She wants to use the growing power of the press to change public opinion. England has 150 daily newspapers. 80% of the population can read. For the British working man, the newspaper is the chief vehicle of knowledge. Butler and Stead's aim is to shock the nation and raise the legal age of consent, currently at 13.
If the daughters of the people must be served up as dainty morsels to minister to the passions of the rich, let them at least attain an age when they can understand the nature of the sacrifice which they're asked to make.
What makes a quality production?
New pedigree pouches are a convenient way to give your dog the nutrition he needs with the fresh taste he really enjoys. New pedigree pouches. See what good food can do.
Get ready, 25% off all F&F clothing, footwear and accessories. 4 days only, exclusively at Tesco, in store and online. Starts tomorrow.
Nothing gets them to the table like a delicious homemade lasagna made with Dolmio. Find just what you need to make a delicious lasagna in my Dolmio Lasagna Kits, voted Product of the Year.
When's your Dolmio Day?
Ever season is underway with more top-class rugby from around the world. Sky Sports, your home of rugby.
Volvo sponsors Sky Atlantic.
On July 6, 1885, newspaper editor William Stead publishes a shocking story in the Pall Mall Gazette.
I can personally vouch for the absolute accuracy of every fact in the narrative.
To get his story, Stead seeks out reformed prostitute Rebecca Jarrett. Josephine Butler had rescued her from a life of alcoholism and vice. Stead persuades Jarrett to go undercover to help him to expose how easy it is for a rich man to buy the virginity of a penniless child. Gathering evidence for the sting, Jarrett poses as a buyer for a wealthy man.